Hello and good morning. So, first off, just to get this out of the way, I actually did make Bounty before, so this is the Invincible Q one. I actually did make this guy before, a little bit of a different setup, but, yeah, for some reason I wasn't able to find this guy, just kind of looking through all the teams, not sure why. But I think I like the newer one better anyway, just because, you know, he doesn't have any core usage. He has the Sawa instead of the Spirit, but either way, not that big of a difference. So this is actually supposed to be Invincible Q versus Ernst. So, let's give that a look here. So, Ernst, aka the Phoenix, so the poster boy for AC1 versus Invincible Q, who's basically his whole story is he somehow got a bounty on himself and then just wound up, well, going around surviving the whole time somehow. Just off of his shooting abilities, but, I don't know, if I were to slap together an AC that was meant for survival, this would not be it. Well, I guess this was AC1, so, you know, Asawa was pretty friggin' OP at that point. So probably that, but definitely a heavier frame. Personally, I think between the two of these, they're relatively easily matched, but I don't believe the Phoenix has much energy defense to speak of. So, definitely seems skewed towards Q here. Oh. Got a pretty nice slash in there. Alright, why are you not using your gun? You'd be getting so much damage in right now. Yeah, music in the background, there's this frequency mix that somebody had slapped together, just like all the stuff he's put together seemingly ever. Like a 3-hour-long thing. I don't know, figured it would get to AC1 stuff eventually. Come on, Ernst. Get it together. What is this? Yeah, so whenever he's doing that sort of thing, he's basically going around trying to find an opening to use his grenade launcher. But he can't really find one because those almost never come up as far as the AI is concerned. So, hey. Alrighty. Next up. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering about the color scheme on this thing, so originally I had gone and like given him gold trim and sort of grayish colors and all that. But looking back at it, looking back at the picture again, he actually had like a random gold trim or green trim on certain parts. So this seemed to be a little bit more fitting. I still could have sworn I made a video with this guy before, but oh well. If I didn't, I didn't. What can I say? Also, Ernst must have shown up drunk today because he was trying to use his missiles at close range and then sniping with his friggin' inaccurate scattergun. Come on, get it together, you Lego-looking bastard. Also, he almost just grenaded him there. That would have been awesome. Like I've mentioned in previous episodes, they kind of random whether which maps allow them to use their grenade launcher. It kind of feels like in some cases the AI just will never use it. In some cases they seem to do it pretty frequently. Like this one, the Nexus map, a couple of the arena maps, they seem far more likely to actually kneel down and use their back weapons. But this guy was before the whole canon AI thing was really figured out, so he's not fully optimized for it either. That is fine, it's not like it would have made that big of a difference. They can't exactly keep up with this guy with his shoulder weapons. And now would be the time for missiles, buddy. There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Yeah, those direct fires are just so much better. Freaking split missiles are just not great. So, okay, as far as Q here goes, because his original weapon had a case where it basically was a 2-missile lock missile launcher, and that sort of thing doesn't exactly exist. There's the 1 missile lock missile launcher, and although you can set it to 2 with the different FCSs, but they didn't exactly work too well with the Sawa. So finally what I ended up doing is just kind of accepting a 3-missile lock on that one. I don't feel like it would have made that big of a difference, but either way. Ooh, this one's catchy. Let's turn this one up. I've always wondered what this one's called. Apparently it's a Galaxy Heavy Blow. I can never keep the names of these different music pieces straight. I mean, for the longest time, like until I got Nexus and was going through the whole soundtrack thing on that, I didn't even know where to begin looking for the different pieces in this. So glad that came out. Like one of those things where, yeah, the music was good, but where do you find it? Okay, I think this one might actually go to Ernst. His invincible shots are just going and destroying the hangar rather than actually hitting them. And the Phoenix seems to be better at burst damage, so... There you go. Go figure. They needed to fight in a hangar the whole time. Also, you had no chance whatsoever of hitting that. What are you doing? You assume you still have blade tracking? Because you don't. And when it does exist, it's so absurdly limited that you're never going to hit with it. Actually, for Formula Front, I'm not sure if it was removed entirely. It kind of feels like it was. Dang. Alright. Yeah, now this is going to Invincible again. Ernst let him get the advantage again. And at this point it's going to take a lot of missed shots to make up for that. And I think it was that aerial slash that really tipped the tide here. Come on, Ernst. You're gonna win at least one. Oh, no, you can't. You literally can't have even a chance here. Alright, well, there you go. You know what? Maybe you didn't do such a bad job surviving. I think as an extra, there was one other one that claimed to be invincible from AC1's, or from first gen in general. And that was the Solid. AKA Kongoki, aka the friggin' wooden AC. Because that makes sense. Literally just runs that thing with a frickin' hamster wheel. God, I wish they would do more stupid lore stuff like that again. Just like the best offhand joke in the series as far as I'm concerned. Like, oh, giant death machine, you know, he just built it in his backyard and runs it with a hamster wheel. That's... Yep, that makes sense. And he uses energy weapons, because why not? Of course it does, because it runs off a hamster wheel. Also, did I mention this thing's friggin' amazing? Because it is. Also, it's actually very prone to overheating. I figured it was fitting to do that because, you know, made of wood. Which I guess, to be fair, proper treated wood is a little bit hard to burn, but, well, see if Invincible can beat, well, beat some guy's random weekend craft project. Man, I just love the defensive AIs for a lot of these tank builds. Just awesome to see them doing like little sort of like directional slight micro adjustments to try and dodge stuff. Amazing when it works out. And those nukes will get there next week. A little bit of an understatement to say that those things kind of suck in this one. Kind of a flat-out close-range thing. I really needed a longer range on those large missiles for sure. By the way, if you're wondering what the deal is with the energy side shields, well, they look closer to being made of wood. That's literally the only reason. He barely ever uses them, they're kind of just dead weight. Not so invincible now, are ya? That only took like 1 billion shots somehow. Alright, well there we go. So he beat Ernst without any problems, but didn't do so hot against the thing made out of wood. Anyway, see you next time then. Let me know if you have any requests.